Hi there, everyone. Welcome to the cnft.tools Discord server. My name is ToolSin, and I am joined by Mast on Buttons, which I mean they've been around a good long time. They've got some big updates to share with us today. Looking forward to hearing everything about them. So, if you guys would like to introduce yourself, we can go from there.
Hi there. I'm Wednesday. I'm the community manager for Mastodon Buttons. So I'm the one that you usually see in the Discord server. I also have Solaris and DM here with me. So you guys go and introduce yourselves.
Hi, this is Solaris from the Maston Buttons team. So I am a co-founder of the project and I handle external communications.
Hey, my name is DM. It's DM in real life too. I'm a project manager of Mast and Buttons internal. Basically, I make sure that the plans go as planned in our project.
I don't envy your job.
Uh huh.
So, how long ago did Mast on Buttons launch then? Because obviously it's been a while.
Oh, the first collection launched last September 5, and then the second followed on September 24th.
Wow. So yeah, that's doing some mental arithmetic here. Nearly 10 months ago now. Then
Yeah. Time flew by.
that's been a ride. I mean, what was minting like back then?
Mm. So, Laris, maybe you'd like to give like an experience because you know more than I do.
Oh, do you mean the project's minting back then during September? Oh, what was like minting?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, what it was like.
at first, when we started the project, we were kind of doubting if the people will like the art. So we had to plan out first on the supply and we wanted to see the reaction of the people on the art. So the 100 Origins um, thankfully worked. And from there, we started working on the moblars. So back then, almost all mins are selling out, right? So it's always fast and the blockchain is always congested. So there was a lot of pressure. But yeah, it was a really great experience for us.
Yeah, I mean, it was a crazy time in the market around then, that's for sure. So, you had your, your first two collections launched. What have you been up to since then?
Oh, we launched the third collection last January. I think
Okay.
the last week of January. So after we launched that, we then were looking at the market because it seemed like, things have changed a bit and it wasn't as easy as it was before. So we kind of had to think of ways on how to make the project visible and feasible without, without going crazy or without dropping off the face of the earth. So recently, we came up with the sewing machine system. So basically, the sewing machine system is it's our utility vehicle for the distribution of whitelist spots, NFTs, ADA, and upcoming voting powers or governance something. So that we kind of wanted to make it more organized. So we came up with the SMS.
So, SMS is the sewing machine, yeah?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, I just had a moment now. I was scrolling through the website for YouTube as well. Give them something a little different to read as we're going on. Um, So yeah, so when does all that come to fruition? Is that something that's coming soon?
We've actually launched the three phases because we tried to do it in four phases. So the first was implementing the Discord bot. So we had a Discord bot custom made for the SMS itself. And when we launched the bot, we also launched the first phase, which was the whitelist spots giveaway. After that, we launched we launched the NFT giveaways, and then the third phase is the ADA giveaways. So we've already implemented the three. We're only waiting for the fourth phase, which is the governance or voting powers.
Right.
Yeah, that.
Okay. So yeah, that's you've been keeping busy then.
Yeah,
So
we have.
what's the overall goal of the project then? Like, you know, what's the end game for you guys?
Uh, the end game in terms of
Mhm.
the sewing machine system.
Yeah, sort of like, I mean, I want to talk a bit more about that anyway, with how you'd be able to do that in with Discord. But sort of like, is, was there a particular direction that you decided to go in when you launched your project, and how has that changed, and where are you going with the project now?
Yeah, originally, Mast and Buttons is a community-driven lore project. So the very idea of our project is to come up with this community-driven lore through our collections, and every time that we launch a collection, it builds up that lore, and that the new collection supports the former, while the former provides context with the next collection. So basically, as a project, we started with BFP, and then the next collections would be animations expounding on the universe and the lore of Mass and Buttons. And after that, every collection, our community helps us build this community-driven lore. So basically, the end game of the project is to come up with this universe, this lore, with the help of our community. So in the meantime, this sewing machine system is a utility in between our collections to provide value to our holders,
So
or
how
to basically, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, how did you sort of like, what bots did you need to tie all this in with Discord? Was it just like the holder bots and stuff, or was it something a lot more custom to arrange the sewing and stuff?
Uh, so basically, in our sewing machine system, the real goal is that it streamlines the holder's benefits via providing points in the quality and the quantity of their mob holdings. So basically, if a certain holder holds mobs, they verify in the sewing machine system, their holdings are translated into points. And so whenever we have benefits distributions, let's say ADA, NFTs, giveaway, whitelist spots giveaway, when they enter that certain giveaway, the system receives that certain point that they have through the quality and quantity of their holdings, and then randomize it. In other words, the more quality and quantity of mobs that you have, the more odds that you win that certain raffle. However,
Right.
since it remains a randomized system, even if you're a whale, let's say you have 150 points as a holder, it is still not a guarantee that you will win, since the system is still guaranteed. Um, Maybe I would like
It's
to
like
share
weighted
what.
random then.
Yeah, yeah, it's still a randomized
Yeah,
system.
yeah.
So basically, it just streamlines the holders' weight of their holdings to get more of the benefits from the project.
So how often are the benefits given out?
Yeah, so the benefits are given out as follows. So, for example, first, with the whitelist spots are given out Basically, we get them through establishing relationships with other CNFT projects, and Solaris really curate the project that Mobs gets in partnership with. And then we have these white spots available through our sewing machine system. With our NFTs, in sometimes we also receive NFTs from other projects, and then we give that to our community. But basically, for the sustainability of the project is sustainable because NFTs and the ADA giveaways are backed up with the royalties received from the project. But that's the primary source of how we can distribute NFTs and ADA via SMS. And as of the moment, we are looking for the secondary ways which we can receive revenue so that we can give them back to the community. And the fourth utility of the SMS is the voting powers. So it's still the basic yes or no. If a person, if the total of the community voted for yes, totaled to, let's say, 200 points, and no totaled to 50 points, even if more people in number, let's say, voted for no, the yes option will win. So basically, we will use the voting system in every important decision making that will involve the direction of the project in the future.
Okay, so what kind of questions are you expecting to come up there in the semi near future?
Yeah, we'll start with the basic as we test the system. So one questions would be, which NFTs would you like the project to buy for our NFT giveaways? And probably next questions would be like, which among these three projects you like the project to collaborate with? Those are the simple sample questions that we have so far.
Will there be the opportunity for members to make their own questions for the SMS as well, or is it strictly limited to you guys?
Yes, in our server, we have established this certain channel, our suggestions channel, where our community are throwing up their suggestions, and the team has been reviewing those suggestions ever since. So what will happen in the future is that once there are suggestions throw in that channel and we see that the community are reacting to that certain channel, we can open that up in our voting system.
Cool. So, are you guys going to be moving towards making your own cartoons or like mini series or anything like that, or are you very art focused?
Yeah, the plan is once we have finished this community driven door, because as of the moment, the story is there's still a fight between the origins, our first collection, and the second collection, our mob lore. And so as the lore continues and ended, the plan of our artist, Tilde, is to, make a graphic novel, a comic book, a storybook about the whole lore collection, including or citing the contributions of the community, and publishing it, and then probably providing both soft and hard copy to certain selected members of the community.
And that will be purchasable by other members of the community as well? Or will
Uh,
that be like a limited edition thing?
we don't have the final idea about it yet, but what we're thinking is that we could have it minted in as an NFT, which our community can access, and then perhaps do some events which they can have the physical copy.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds like quite a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So what's the inspiration behind like the original artwork for like the first projects?
Inspiration of the original artwork. Let's see. When we launched Masked on Buttons, it was September 2021. So the idea started months before that, August, July. And during that time, it's really the high time of COVID-19 and everyone's just at home. Hence, that explains the mask. And with regard to the button, our artist is really a fan of Neil Gaiman, Coraline. And she maybe thought that it was really cool to include buttons or to leverage or utilize the use of buttons in her character design. And so the in general, it is her art style, the way the mobs are done, the shading, and so on. And combining all those together, including our influences from the media with regards to storytelling, it's from 1984, I believe. No. Sorry, I forgot the movie title, but it is basically the lore has the foundation from a certain movie that we watched before. And so combining her art style, this current situation of the world, COVID-19, and media influences, we came up with the idea of masked unbuttons.
Yeah, I mean they certainly look nicely distinctive, even in a crowded marketplace that we've had over the last sort of like year or so.
Yeah, when we launched, I believe it was among the first NFTs that looked dark
Yeah,
because everything back
yeah.
then it was happy, it was cartoony, and then suddenly there's this collection that looked gloomy and scary. But I hope so. A little cute. I hope.
So I'm just having a look through the roadmap, and I'm seeing something about parasite NFTs.
Yeah, because the idea of the lore is that when so the city back then was just in chaos, and then suddenly 100 origins came. They're our first collection, and then after they arrived, suddenly the city has started to be organized as ruled by the 100 origins. But then the people have been ordered to wear their masks and buttoned, and things go alright. And basically, after the launch of Mob Lore and the release of the original Mob community-driven lore, we airdropped the Mob Parasites NFTs to the 100 Origins. Basically, these parasites are the real personality or the real image of the Mob Origins had they not invaded the Mob City.
Yeah, I mean, wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, so did they look drastically different or?
They are monsters basically. Yeah.
So yeah,
So
we're I just yeah didn't realise quite how long your roadmap was and how far forward in time we actually are now because the roadmap on the website actually runs out at January 2022.
yeah, basically the roadmap has been extended and modified, added more stuff. As you can see, the sewing machine system is not there, and if the staking is not there yet, because the project adapts. That the project is flexible to the movement of the whole crypto and NFT market.
Yeah,
And so as a project, we adapt. So for the sake of sustainability, and we cannot be hard on following our roadmap because we have to adjust with the needs of
yeah,
the community and the market.
yeah. I mean, roadmaps aren't set in stone. They're more of guidelines than laws because things change and some things take longer, some things don't take as long.
That's right.
But I am seeing something here which I don't know if you're planning maybe for this year now, but the Halloween treat.
Ah, that came a month after we launched Moblure. That is
Oh, okay.
still this. Yeah, that is our artist's first launch of her animation in the space. Yeah.
Nice. So, how did you guys all meet then?
I'll have. All right. So I'll have Wednesday answer this question.
We actually met in university. So, Tilda, Solaris, and I are the same age. We were at the same year level. And then DM is a couple of years younger than us. So, we joined an organization. So that's where we actually all met. And we've been friends for more than a decade now. So we know each other quite well.
That's cool. And so I think we were talking just before we started the recording, but you are all from the Philippines?
Yes, yes, we are.
I mean, how do you find that affects you when, obviously you're on a different, especially for when you're trying to work out collaboration and who you're going to work with and everything, the fact that you're, almost on the opposite time zones to everybody else.
Well, usually we try to find a common time that works for all of us, or at least we try to compromise on a time. But I think Solaris can maybe give more of an example because she's actually the one who talks to other creators and other developers for us. So, Solaris?
I think it's because we're already used to this kind of um sleep time. Like ever since our college days, we're really flexible when it comes to our schedules, especially when we worked in our organization because we do charities as well when we were in college. So we have been ready for this since then. But right now it's yeah, sometimes it's quite difficult because like for example this week we had Twitter Spaces and this AMA on 3 a.m. But yeah, as long as we can be on it together, I think we're all good.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that it's you guys get hosed by being in a different time zone to everybody else. I'm sure.
Yeah, and all drops in the CNFP space are almost around this time as well, so we're kind of used to it.
Yeah. So I had a question in my mind that literally it's popped in twice and then disappeared again just as fast. Um, how long did it take you to produce the art?
Ooh. DM? Do you
Yeah,
have an idea of how long?
I think the long process would be the conceptualization of the character design. That took us maybe more than a month, contemplating on whether if we will launch an NFT, what will we offer, what kind of artwork will we do, and once we came up with the design, Tilde got obsessed with it, and so probably the 100 Origins took her 3 weeks. And then since she got used to the style, Moblur came in around a month.
So, I mean, it'd be rude to skip past it without having at least a good conversation about the law. So, like, do you want to tell us a bit more detail about where the story has gone and where you think it might go in the future?
Yeah, so the story is Wednesday, can you assist me on this? Can you tell the story? I'll tell where the lore is going.
Okay, sure. Okay, so the story is that on an unspecified day on September 20 something, um, 100 people, 100 citizens were abducted, but it wasn't it wasn't so obvious because it was like they never left. So 100 people were abducted and then they were replaced by the 100 origins. So as time went along, the 100 origins, they had this plan that everyone should have masks and they should be buttoned. So it was their way of controlling the population and achieving their goals of why they came into Mob City. So that's the premise for the start of Maston Buttons.
Okay.
DM, can you
Yeah,
continue?
yeah. However, during this masking and bottoning of the people, one mob was able to escape. And so the origins are searching for that certain mob because for some reason that certain mob gained some powers and becoming like mobs, but the humanity is still intact. And so the origins is looking for the forbidden one. And then on the hindsight, despite the rule of the 100 origins over the mob city, there are also certain people who are starting the uprising, and they were led by the three founders. Basically, these three founders were secret NFTs dropped in the collection. They are distinct 1:1 among our collections. So this mob founders are starting an uprising against the mob origins. So throughout our community building, we keep asking these people, our community, who will you side with? Is it the 100 origins who will rule over the city tyrannically, but peace and order seems to be there? Or will it be with the mob lore or the resistance where they aim to take back the control of the real people and not some foreign unspecified creatures who just came in and ruled over the people? And so so recently with our Mob City collection, we have shown how the Mob City looked like and how the transformations came about from before the mob origins came and after they came, how it affected the people in that certain mob city. And so right now, as per our roadmap, our upcoming collection should be Mob Revolution. So here it's where the people will now choose who to side with and then fight against each other. So we do not know how the story will end because that will depend upon our community. So, but if they will side with the origins and therefore the tyrannical rule of such unspecified creatures will continue and the powers of the humans will cease, they will be forever be wearing those masks and buttons, never ever seeing their real faces, never ever seeing each other smile. Or will they side with the resistance and win, where people will start maybe removing their masks and being with their old self again, and humanity goes back as it was. So still the ending, yeah, is with the community.
Yeah, that's definitely a lot to be going on. I mean, you must have a very committed community to get to this stage.
Yeah.
I mean, I see you've got was it 8,000 on Twitter, and I dread to think on Discord, but just the 2,800 on Discord. 2,800 active people is a lot of people.
Yeah, because we do regular pruning of our members in Discord.
Yeah.
And I believe because of the market situation, there's less people in the space right now compared to way back then.
Yes. I'm sure that's going to change in the future. It just might take.
Hopefully.
we prepare for a long winter and hope for a short one. So what kind of collabs have you done? Because I've just seen on your Twitter you've got a collab dropping today, actually.
Yeah, we had a collab with Forgotten in their lab. So we are in drop 2. Last week they had it with Yumi. So fortunately we sold out, I think less than an hour.
Nice.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, they look pretty cool as well. I mean, as much as I love NFTs and everything like that, I'm actually just as much of a fan of backgrounds and like the work that goes into the backgrounds, because I find a lot of them and yours like incredibly detailed and well done.
Yeah, so the backstory with our collaboration, we'd like to think it like a side story, that what if this mob people were able to escape from the mob origins and ended up in the lab of the Forgotten team. So it's like an isekai going into another universe, and what could have mob look like then.
Nice. Very nice. So what other collabs have you done, or can you say about any you've got coming in the future?
Yeah, with our collabs and partnership, we recently, Tilde had been having partnership with Shook Boys in their Dream Space. So it's for mental health and mental health healing and so on. Recently, we also had this shockwaves. So Mast and Button spearheaded this one. We collaborated with several projects in the CNFT space like Ada Ninjas, Animate Bits, Hornies, Sharks NFT,
Happy
and so on.
hoppers.
Hoppy Hoppers.
Nice.
Yeah, we released our NFTs and the proceeds. Almost 100% of that proceeds went to Team Seas. It's for an ocean cleanup back in December.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cause that is a lot more vital than a lot of people realise, I think.
Yeah, and utility wise, we have several partnerships ongoing with projects too. Regarding our utility partnerships, I'll have Solaris.
So, are all the collabs like smaller drops, like 100 mints, or is there more in some of the other collabs?
The one with the Forgotten is just 100 mint. With the shock waves before, that's a larger drop, but low cost since it's a charity one. And we had several art collaborations with different projects too, like projects using our traits, like the Dead Rabbit Society, Panda Society, and other projects too.
Nice.
Yeah, art wise, yeah.
Yeah, two pretty top projects there, I have to say. So, what have you got coming up in the future? Or is that completely up to the community and SMS now?
Yeah, in the future, will uh,
So I
Solaris.
think in the future. Oh, is Solaris able to talk now?
Should be able to. Hang on. Oh, yeah, can. Yeah, sorry about that. You can talk again now.
Sorry about that. It's my fault. I clicked on something else on the server. All right. So, as DM has mentioned, we have other collaborations when it comes to our utility because we thought that we have to find other ways to find more value to our mobs other than the art itself. So we are currently in development process with various projects. So two of which is we'll bring the collections in the virtual space. So it's like an integration. So the first one is the space-time meta, and the other one is Pillars of Creation. So for the Pillars of Creation, they're already done with our 3D planet, and the next thing that they'll be doing is our 3D landscape. So we have yet to show the sneak peek to our holders because or we're still finalizing everything. So for um, some projects related to games, so we have Dragon Pavilion. So they will be integrating our mob collections in their game or ecosystem. So the first phase is the integration of the wallet of our holders with their mob NFTs, and they can use their avatars to join the battles in the game that they're developing. So we also have another one which is focused on the NFT staking. So we've partnered with ADAF Stake Pool. They are currently working on a project called Conclave together with other stake pools. We cannot actually release the complete info yet, but basically the bomb holders will be able to stake their NFTs in the stake pool and earn rewards. So they're almost done with everything, and they're just currently working on the design and the NFT staking.
Okay, so what will the rewards be used for, or is that up for debate still?
Yeah, yeah. We still can't release more info about it, but really soon.
So I'm going to have to ask for the people. They're going to say how soon.
hmm We're still waiting for the development from ADAF. I think they got some work for the Basal hard fork, so we haven't had our meeting this month yet. But yeah, after our meeting, we will make an update on our server and inform our holders about it.
Yeah, that sounds pretty positive news there.
Hmm.
But perhaps be able to mint using your own token as well as Yummy.
Not really. It's basically an you can stake your NFTs in their stake pool and you can earn some rewards. About the rewards, we can't disclose any information yet. Um, but yeah, they'll be probably be able to earn ADA
Okay,
by taking their NFTs.
I'm sure that will perk everybody's ears up. So yeah, we'll have to wait for more information. But I'm guessing you
Mhm.
saying sort of like meeting at the end of the month, and after that, it should probably be August by the time we're hearing on that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're working on a lot of stuff currently. They have some hints in their Twitter posts. So if you want to check it out, I think I can advise people to have a look in their Twitter account.
Oh dear. So again, I had something that's just dropped out of my mind. I really am doing the pretending to be awake thing today. So with the going back to the sewing machine system a little bit, is that the kind of software that you're going to be able to turn into a full decentralized, turn it into a full DAO?
Yeah, with our sewing machine system, the long plan is, as we have talked with the developers from the DAF, hopefully we can make it, we can make the processing of the distribution via smart contracts, perhaps open up a website where you can connect your wallet and then see your voting powers and then what you can expect, what benefits you can expect from the sewing machine system. And once the royalty and time conditions have been triggered, it would automatically distributed to the wallets after the raffle.
Okay, so yeah, that's I mean, because getting everything all linked in with Discord and everything like that is actually quite an achievement. It's not easy work, as the team here will tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, how long do you expect it to be before you have all that kind of functionality?
Well, since we're looking forward to ADAF doing that for us too, partnering with them for that system, maybe perhaps after the NFT staking has been launched, we can connect with ADAF into improving our current sewing machine system.
Yeah, I mean, sounds like a lot of options and a lot of good work to be done there still.
Yeah, the space is moving very fast, so perhaps by the time we get there, we'll have more ideas on how we can improve our current utility at the moment.
So, do you guys have other jobs, or is this like your full-time gig?
Solarius is a bacteriologist by profession. I am a law student. Tilde is a metal artist and doing her master's in art. And Wednesday is going to, I think she's going to do art in her education again. And she's doing metal welding also, metal
Oh
welding.
wow, yeah, that's not professions you usually associate with NFTs.
Yeah. So outside Discord, we do other stuff too. But we since we've been here 4 months now, we're really committed to the project already. So a large portion of our time goes to the Moss and Buttons project.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you like people working on the project full time, but for a lot of the time, especially during like quote unquote crypto winter, that's actually quite difficult to manage financially. So it's good to know that you guys have all got lives set up, and there's you're not going to end up homeless if you don't sell 25 NFTs tomorrow. So, I mean, so like, how did you guys get into NFTs then? I mean, because
Yeah.
like a couple of you got art backgrounds, and that makes sense. But coming from welding to NFTs is unusual.
Oh, okay.
It was
So I think I
hilarious.
have to um yeah, tell the story about this. So I got into NFTs, Cardano NFTs, um, since Cardano Bits, I think, but I've heard of Space Buds already. And then back then, I was still kind of doubtful about it because I don't know much about NFTs. But being in this NFT community, it was way easier to learn more about it, to know more how it works, and the people here are very welcoming, and they're most of them are really kind. And back then, you'll get to know everyone because you'll have to do escrows or just chat them before doing it.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's kind of you feel very comfortable with the people around you. So and DM and Tilde has been in the cryptocurrencies since 2017, and since I'm a real fan of Tilda, and I really love looking at her artwork, so I wanted more people to appreciate it. So I told him about the NFTs in Cardano and how it works, and I told him that I really love the community, and if she ever wants to start an NFT project, it'll be best to do it here. So I think that's how it started. But they were kind of hesitant for a few months, but then they started looking into CNFT projects, and yeah, they like the community too.
yeah. I mean, I found Cardano a very welcoming place, and people are just so happy to give advice and work with people. It's amazing.
Yeah, I think compared to what I have heard, because usually when you think of NFTs, you think of Ethereum. So when they actually pulled me over to Cardano NFTs, I thought, hmm, maybe it's going to be a toxic place. But then when I actually talked to the people in the server, I found out that oh, it's not like that. It's not like that at all. And I think it's kind of a shame that, when people who are not in the crypto space or are in the crypto space but are not interested in NFTs, when they hear NFT, they automatically think of Ethereum. And it's just such a shame that they don't think that other blockchains have NFTs and they only think of the toxic thing that is
Yeah,
Ethereum.
yeah. I mean, it's I've got 20, 30,000 people in the Discord server, and everybody wants a piece, wants their piece of the pie. It can get rough. It can get very
Yeah,
rough. I
That's
mean,
and also
true.
I'd just like to add that there's been a lot of hate towards NFT artists on Twitter because NFTs are really kind of on trend right now in our country. And when you see the profiles of your friends, they're hating on it. So I just really want the Cortano people to reach those people maybe next year or in the following years. I really hope for that because they think that all blockchains are negative to their environment. So I really hope that we can get more people in the community and then um, let them know that there are some blockchains that are actually not that damaging.
yeah. I mean, it's a thing because everybody wants Cardano to be a similar size to the Ethereum NFT market and everything like that, but the Ethereum NFT market has actually been going for a while, and now comparatively, the Cardano NFT space is relatively new still. So we'll get there. It will take time. We've got to build. We've got to build. Through the rough times, much as the Ethereum guys have, and we'll get there.
Mhm.
As
Yeah,
long as there's
there's a lot of
still
people.
there left by the time the governments get to deal with it.
And there's a lot of people building in Cardano, so I trust all of you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here, and I wouldn't be here without some absolutely amazing people. And yeah, I mean, I'm fully committed to Cardano. I don't have another job. This is what I do now. So yeah, there's plenty of people with love and faith, and more importantly, people actually able to do work out there doing it. So how long did it take to put together the sewing machine system?
How long did it take, DM? From the planning to the
Yeah.
contacting of the dev.
Yeah, the idea of sewing machine system came like a eureka, I must say. So we were thinking, how can we add more value to our community while waiting for NFT staking? And the idea came like, oh, we have a problem. Why is it that the giveaway system treats everyone the same while not all holders have the same holdings? Maybe this is something we should organize. And then boom, sewing machine system came into idea. And then we started drafting the mechanics, making everything streamlined together, doing the pointing system. And so once we had the draft of the mechanics, we started for looking for devs who can make us custom bots from the community. And so Solaris did her job, and we found a person who can do it for us. And every phases were done after a week, so we had 3 to 4 phases. So at least after the conception of the idea and talking to the devs, the sewing machine system has started working all its features within a month. Yeah, 1 month.
Oh wow! So yeah, that's pretty swift work. Was there any unexpected problems with it, or did it just all go really nicely smoothly?
Just some minor technical issues, like when we were counter checking the points that they have. So we have holders that had been manually computing their holdings into the SMS points. We realized that, oh, this certain collection isn't included in the pointing system. So we just had to update our dev that oh, there seems to be a miscalculation. Can you check on it? And then it was done swiftly.
Nice. So
Perhaps
yeah,
the issue right yeah. So perhaps the issue right now would be having all our holders get verified in the sewing machine system, because we launched the mob lore collection September last year. 9 months, 10 months had passed, and some already got out from the space, so we cannot contact those people to get their mobs verified.
yeah. I mean, so how many mobs are there in total?
So we had 101 origins and 4001 mob lore. So as for
Yeah.
our PFP collection, that'd be, I have to do math, 4102. While the rest of our release would all be animations and those with sound effects or original music.
Yeah, and obviously the various different collabs as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
I
So
think the official collections, there's less than 5,000,
yeah.
right, DM?
Yeah, our biggest collection would be the Mob Door. That's 3,999. And then the rest of the collection of mass and buttons are all low mint or low mint count, low supply collections.
Do the collabs have any extra special utility, or are they just they included like any other random mob?
Uh, Recently, the one we had with Forgotten. So if you hold this Mass and Buttons Forgotten collab art, this mob kids, you'd get to have this selected traits that you can use to customize your kids in the Forgotten.
Yeah, but
So
that's only if you also have a Forgotten Kid on your wallet. If you own one, I mean.
yeah, so basically you hold a Forgotten kids and then you hold this collab NFT. You can use certain trait to change the traits, I think, or to dress up your fruit cotton kid.
Nice.
Yeah, it's that's really cool. I must say.
Yeah, yeah, I really like stuff like that. Yeah, it allows people to add a little bit of individuality and personality of their own.
Yeah, it's like when you play video games and then you can buy some stuff, some parts of the outfits. It's cute. I love it.
So, how long before we're going to see a mob running around in the game that you were mentioning earlier?
We still have any up we still don't have any updates yet from the project, but they're currently working on it. So I think that's the one with the Dragon Pavilion. They already have the whole idea for it, and they are like working. I think there was a beta one or a sample for it on the Sandbox, and we tried it before. So you can like battle with other um persons or members of the community, and I think they have collaborated with other projects as well, so you'll see different avatars whenever you try to play the game there.
So yeah, sit back and hold tight and wait for that one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So was there anything else that you wanted to make sure the conversation touched on?
DM, did you have, or Solaris, did you guys have anything else you wanted to talk about?
Well, we just had finished our collaboration drop, but we are planning several community events coming in the future. Right now, we're having this Mobs or Friends event in our Discord. Basically, it's a level up engaging system, and then you can win rewards. And also, we've been having this Mob Day Mondays. So, Mob Day Mondays, that's an occasional event, but if you win, you get to have a custom mob PFP from Tilde. So you see that PFP from Wednesday. So Tilde does custom mob PFPs for our community whenever they win this exclusive event. So yeah, so we have more plans incoming for our community, and as we wait for the NFT staking, and probably in the future, when the market becomes better, we can have the mob revolution and get the mob lore story going once again.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think right now it's just a time of waiting for the right time to release stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of crappy right now, but it'll improve in the future. And being ready to be able to roll out at short notice will be a key advantage for some projects, I think.
Yeah, I think we already have some ideas on what we would like to do with Mob Revolution, as well as some community events that we can tailor around the lore building. But, obviously, all of those were placed on the back burner because of how the market is right now. And it yeah, just a lot of plans have been placed on the back burner, but we're hoping that once the market is okay, we'll be ready and then we can just roll everything out when it's needed.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
very
sorry.
important to note that it's on the back burner and it's not done. It's just waiting for the right time.
And
Yes.
as an older project, we continue building despite of the movement of the market. We keep our community stronger, and try to come up with more things that we can offer with our community, our supporters, and just being ready. So when that time comes, we can come back up and have the project be seen by everyone.
Yeah, for sure. So, tell me a little bit about how NFTs are going in the Philippines area, because you mentioned a couple of times about how big they're proving to be out there, and the stuff that we hear in the Western world is about the Western world, you know.
Yeah, I think about when it comes to the NFT holders percentage, Philippines would come first, second, third place.
First.
First
Yes.
place, yeah. However, it is sad
We're
for
the first.
yeah. However, it is sad for us because in every NFT events here in the Philippines, Cardano has never been mentioned. Actually, it is Mass and Buttons that approached the crypto news here in the Philippines and had them tell the, hey, we have NFTs on Cardano and it's Mass and Buttons and it's the first time that Cardano NFTs has been heard in the Philippines.
Oh
And so
wow.
in every group, in every meetups, in every NFT events, and so on, uh, Cardano is not there. It's all Ethereum, Polygon,
Solana.
Tezos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pesos.
And somehow we're feeling the burden that, hey, we have to go outside Discord and Twitter and let the Filipinos know about Cardano NFTs. And yeah, outside this
Yeah,
roadmap that we have, that's what we were thinking to marketing outside the space and then just
yeah,
letting our country people know that
that's
Cardano
true.
NFTs are here. It's a big job.
There was an event though, right? There was an art event, an NFT art event where of course Cardano was not there, but there was a company where they had digital frames, and some of their frames featured Mastodon buttons because one of them was a holder. So that I think that was the only instance in that event where a Cardano NFT was featured, but that was it.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds something like something the community as a whole needs to get behind, and maybe share some of the weight on your shoulders on that one. I mean,
That's true, because
do you know of many other projects in the Philippines?
Yeah, but other than that, we have this group of CNFT Filipinos, and Filipinos there are really, really tight. There are groups where Filipinos come together. So you see if there are new projects, and then there's Filipino channel. Filipinos are really, really noisy, and there are a lot of Filipino projects too. Like I believe Beyond Rockets
Yeah.
is a Filipino.
yeah, Beyond Rockets.
We came from the same university. We have Jarheads and OGs. We have Shark NFTs with Sir Pating. We have a lot of Filipino creators too. Animate Bits. Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
in general, within the
Maybe we can get you guys all together and put on a little CNFT space somewhere.
hopefully soon. Let's see.
We
But
they were actually teasing about a meetup between the projects, but because the COVID situation isn't is
Yeah.
it's not really clear because most of the time you think it's good, and then there's a spike in the number of cases. So it just hasn't happened yet, but I think we're all planning on going if ever we do find a time where we can all attend.
Yeah, that's not an easy task in itself, in fairness. But yeah, I mean, COVID here is I mean, the government here refuse to admit it's a thing anymore. But yeah, it's there's some worrying signs popping up again, but we'll see.
yeah, in
Yeah,
general, NFTs are booming here.
that's not the kind of note I wanted to end the AMA on. That's for sure. I mean, though in fairness, it's what's brought a lot of people into the space. So it's hard to ignore it completely.
That's true, but it'll pass and then life will go on and
Yeah.
the winter will, it will pass.
The
Nothing
boats
more
will
to say
come.
than it will pass.
I'm sure there's like some Game of Thrones people saying, "I told you it was coming."
Probably.
But yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure having you guys on. That's for sure. Like it's and the commitment to staying up to 3 a.m. is definitely appreciated by everybody.
Thank you so much for having us. It's been fun chatting with you.
Yeah, I'll definitely be making sure I looked in and looking on the mob Discord a little bit more often. There's a few that I have in my list that's like I really need to be going there more often, and I don't find time. But I'm gonna be finding more time for you guys in the future. That's for sure.
Thank you. We'd love to have you there.
But yeah,
Yeah.
if anyone's lucky enough to be watching this back on YouTube because they couldn't stay up till 4 in the morning to listen to listen in, feel free to give it a like and share on YouTube and subscribe and all that goodness. Make sure you check out the Twitter and website links for the Must on Buttons crew down below. Very important to go check them out and say hello and spread the word about the buttons.
Yes, please come check us out.
But yeah, thank you all for coming, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Yeah, see you soon
Thank
again.
Thank you.
you.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.